Good morning. We're going to start this morning by talking about a free online game. It's called Doki Doki Literature Club, and it starts like a dating game set in a high school and features a group of animated girls in a book club.
Hey friends, it's Aki dear. So today I wanted to kick into something that I found out yesterday that maybe some of you guys have heard of as well. So you guys know DDLC, Doki Doki Literature Club, and you guys know the BBC? Well, they found out about Doki Doki Literature Club and they had a few things to say about it.
Things do turn sinister, with characters self-harming and killing themselves. An inquest will be held into the death of a 15-year-old called Ben Wormsley from Bury, whose father said the game dragged his son in. Greater Manchester Police have said, "We believe this game is a risk to children and young people."
Okay. We're in one of those things again, guys. It's the video game's fault, not the parents. The logic that they had to explain for DDLC is something that a lot of us are fed up with hearing, which is the fact that they're blaming a video game, in this case Doki Doki Literature Club, for displaying suicidal and graphic content for the ages 13 and up. Do you know that it has a warning in the beginning and on the Steam page?
The coroner has warned this is a psychological horror game with suicide as a main feature. And notes too, it does warn it's not suitable for children.
Oh good, well I'm glad that you've acknowledged it, so what's the problem here?
However, the graphics, etc., are clearly aimed at young people. We've contacted the game's creators, Team Salvato, but so far we haven't heard back.
It doesn't actually sound like you have a legitimate response other than, yeah, it has warnings in the beginning telling people that this is gonna happen, but the artwork is obviously directed at kids. So from that logic, I'm guessing you're saying that anime is for kids. If so, I would advise you not to say that, because that's gonna open up a whole can of worms that I'm not gonna dive into, but just to indulge yourself if that is the case, here's some examples of that same art style done a very similar way, if not worse. Now, if I could be blunt, it just seems like to me that from that logic, you're saying that horror can't look cute or bubbly or remotely look like that it's aimed towards kids. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't hear anything when Happy Tree Friends came out. Is it because it looks like a cartoon, as you would probably call it? So if that was the case, what about Beavis and Butthead, Family Guy, King of the Hill, anything on Adult Swim? Now, obviously, we're not having a conversation right now, but I'm guessing one of the things that you would say is that it's available to 13 years and up. And I get that, that's a little controversial, but at the same time, at the very end of it, that's all up to the parents. Now your response might be, yeah, but it's free to download, so we're giving it easy access to these kids. Now this is where a sort of gray area starts coming in here, folks. If you want to shelter your kid from what's going on in the world, that's fine. I can't control that. It's just, I believe that we're in a different age where instead of shielding the kids from the reality of the world, we teach them the reality and show them the best ways to handle those types of situations. Because regardless of whether or not you want it to happen, it's going to happen. And Doki Doki Literature, it had a precaution in the beginning. It did all the legalities right. It's not real. No one is actually pushing anyone to kill themselves in this game. It just has elements of suicide because it's just a graphic horror game that includes that. It's horror, so I expect it to be horror. Now, for any of you guys out there thinking that I'm attacking the BBC, I'm not. I'm just clearly stating that this is a problem that we have been seeing over and over and over again, where it just looks like that parents and adults like this blame everyone else but themselves. Some of the people in this older generation that are either too ignorant or just not interested in playing the game just try to figure out the easiest answer that they can pick from. Obviously, I don't know what kind of parent you are. You could be the greatest parent in the world. But all I'm saying is that just don't go for the first thing that you see. Think about when you were a kid. Didn't you ever get exposed to something that may have had something violent in it? Did that really affect every aspect of your life as you grew up? up, did it change everything that you are as a person? If the answer is yes, then I'm very concerned about what this movie is and I need to see it. If you're holding your kid's hand and for some reason they walk off into a strip club, knowing that it is a strip club and you know it's a strip club, literally says on the front, come inside, we have nude ladies, and then your kid gets exposed to what happens in a strip club. Now whose fault was that? Of course, the strip club, right? For just being there. You were a good parent. It was the construction workers' fault for building that strip club there. Doki Doki Literature Club already had all the legalities figured out. They gave all the right precautions. You just didn't care enough to read it. Let me scratch that. You did read it, but you're just completely dismissing it because it's still the content of the game that it's too graphic. Again, it's not the same thing as like a Logan Paul situation. No one actually killed themselves in this game. Okay, no one real killed themselves in this game. It's a game that is obviously meant to be taken as a fictional story. That, or you know what, just horror games are over, everyone. Sorry, they're getting better. We can't have them anymore. They're brainwashing our children. Go add me on Hello Kitty Online. That's what we're gonna have to play from now on. No, I'm serious. Go on Hello Kitty Online and go add me. Just all in all, how about bullies? Like real bullies, real people literally going out of their way to go harm other kids. Why not focus on that? Why not try and fix that instead of a passion project that did everything it was supposed to do? You said you messaged Team Salvato. I don't think they owe you any explanation for what they did. They had an idea. They wanted to make a horror game, and apparently it was just so well made that it's just not suitable for society. So Team Salvato, if you are watching this, take it as a compliment to your game for being that good. You don't need to change a damn thing. The worst thing about this BBC is that you haven't pissed off me. I think you've pissed off Monica. And she's out to get you. And she will wreak chaos, and you're gonna stay with her forever and ever and ever and ever and.
Good morning. We're going to start this morning by talking about